Welcome. Before you get started, we need to choose how you'll play. This is the default setup, designed to give you a balanced experience. Or if you're already familiar with the F1 games, you can customize your settings as much as you want yourself. That's it from me. Enjoy!
Hey, I'm Elena. I'll be your agent, and I'm so excited to work together to get to Formula One. Now that we've introduced ourselves, you'll see that you now have a set of driver ratings. These will be tied to you for the entirety of your career and will track your progress. As you perform well out on track, these ratings will improve and feed into various other areas of your journey through F1. We'll cover each rating in more detail later. This is the current Formula 2 team roster. They're all eager to work with you, so choose who you feel would be the best fit for your journey through F2. Okay, who would you like your teammate to be? You can view both of the current drivers and toggle through some information here before making your decision. It might have an impact on your standing within the team.
Hello and welcome from the Bahrain International Circuit here in Sakhir. Down on the grid, the engineers are making their last checks, and today's race will be underway shortly. Plenty of opportunities around the 3.36 miles of the Bahrain International Circuit for these young F2 drivers to show what they can do. The best passing opportunity right up there at turn 1, and we should see plenty of action there. But there's another not long after at turn 4. There are 9 right-handers and 6 left-handers, and the possibility that we could see some flat spots at the tightest of those left-handers, that's turn 10. Let's take a look at the grid positions for today's race. Turner lines up on pole position, and starting alongside in P2 is Théo Pourchaire. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Daruvala, Iwasa, Dennis Hauger, Doohan, Behrman, Leclerc, Novalak, Frederick Vesti, Martins, Correa, Kushmaini, Isaac Hadjar, Maloney, Stanek, Verschoor, Brad Benavides, Boschong, Cordial, Crawford, and Roy Nissany completes the grid. And now it's time to head down to the track. The new season starts now. I'm Alex Jakes, Alex Brundle is alongside me, and it is time to restart Formula 2. We're so excited to be back. Alex, what are you expecting from this season?
Put 22 of the world's best young racing drivers in a pot, some great venues, press go, and it kicks out a champion. I cannot wait to see who comes out on top at the end of the year.
Okay, mate, we're not using as much fuel as we predicted, which means we've got extra performance in hand, so let's push, and use it all up. Nice work, you smashed it. Really good job on hitting that target, mate.
Nice one. Very lovely drive. On to the next one.
Oh, superb driving. That is the race win, my friend. Well done.
Brilliant stuff from Carlin today. What a superb victory.
Well, they've sent that one, haven't they? Brilliant start to the season, and that's exactly what they wanted for their early points tally.
As we can see, it's time for the podium, and I can see the Carlin team underneath our commentary box going crazy as their driver walks out. It was a great win, and it means a great deal to this team. It was great having you with us for this weekend. I hope you enjoyed it as much as we did. We'll see you when Formula 2 returns. Here we are amidst the dense forest and rolling hills of Spielberg in Austria, just 2 hours out of Vienna. It's an amazing destination for the race today, and we're about to get started. So Spielberg is one of the shortest laps on the F2 calendar, just 10 corners, 7 right and 3 left. Look out for the uphill braking zone into turn 3 that represents one of the better opportunities to overtake. Also turn 4 straight afterwards, and then the next one being all the way back round to turn 1. Let's look at the grid order for today's race while the cars make their final preparations. Turner lines up on pole position, and it's Jehan Daruvala in P2. Looking down the rest of the grid we have Vesti, Pourchaire, Victor Martins, Iwasa, Leclerc, Hauger, Novalak, Ollie Bearman, Doohan, Benavides, Richard Verschoor, Amaury Cordeel, Maloney, Crawford, Hadjar, Roman Stanek, Correa, Miney, Boschong, and Roy Nissany completes the grid. And with preparations almost complete, let's head down to the track. It is the Formula 2 race. It is time to introduce you to Alex Brundle. I'm Alex Jakes, and we've got changeable weather out there today. That's making for some nervous team personnel down in the paddock, down in the pit lane.
There are going to be some quivering hands on the tyre guns, aren't there, when they tighten up what could easily be the wrong specification of tyre completely for the conditions. It's a gamble out there.
Not the start we were looking for, but it's not over yet. Stay focused. Porsche is ahead. They're holding us up now, so let's please try and get past as soon as possible and get on with our race. Push, push. Yes, mate, we hit the target. Nice work. Okay, good job, mate. Really, really well done. That was a fantastic drive. Bring it home.
The driver will look up and see the checkered flag first. Jehan Daruvala takes the win.
It's so easy to mess up a call like that, and whatever you do always seems wrong, but they made it work, and that's the important thing. A full points tally.
Our drivers are making their way out for the podium celebrations, and it's going to be MP Motorsport picking up the winner's trophy. Congratulations to the entire team for that fantastic performance. And after all that excitement, I think it's time for a lie down. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you when Formula 2 returns.
Welcome then to the United Arab Emirates. Our F2 drivers are on the grid and we're moments away from lights out for the start of the Formula 2 Abu Dhabi race. Yas Marina Circuit is a 3.2-mile racetrack built on the man-made Yas Island. In addition to the 16 corners, it features 2 very long straights. Now these will be the drivers' main overtaking chances today into Turn 5 and Turn 7. We are nearly ready for the start of today's race, but in the meantime, let's take a look at the grid. Théo Pourchaire has a clear track ahead of him today. He starts in pole position, and Turner completes the front row. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Iwasa, Daruvala, Ollie Bearman, Hauger, Vesti, Benavides, Martins, Arthur Leclerc, Miney, Doohan, Amaury Cordeel, Richard Verschoor, Correa, Novalak, Maloney, Roman Stanek, Hadjar, Crawford, Nissany, and Ralph Boschung completes the grid. Now it's almost time to lights out, so let's get down to the track. It all comes down to this. I'm Alex Jakes, Alex Brundle is alongside me, and for the final time this season, we're about to go racing. Alex, you're looking to sign off in some style.
So are the drivers and teams. It's a really important race for everyone here, despite the fact it's the end of the year. They know that everything they do in this event is going to echo for months through the end of the season.
Right, I know you're hot in the cockpit, but you... Shares ahead of you. We can't let them hold us up for too long, so let's try and get past as soon as possible and crack on. Push, push. Oh, great stuff. You hit that target. Really good job. Try to stay with them. They might make a mistake and we could still regain. Shares. Nice work, mate. That brings you up. Yes, great drive, great drive. Everyone here is really happy with that performance. Well done, mate.
This man likes a celebration, and he's got the opportunity to do it. Théo Pourchaire takes the checkered flag.
Well, credits are rolling on the season, and they can really build on that. A satisfying way to go into next year with full confidence.
ART, the French team who have been racing since the 90s in various forms of motorsport, are once again back on the winner's podium today after a brilliant display of driving skill.
Well, what a year it has been. What a story we have seen. I've been Alex Jakes on the microphone. Thanks to the whole team here. We'll see you next year when Formula 2 returns.
We'll be working closely together to get you the best deal possible. So, decision time. Who will you drive for this season? Tough choice, I know. On this screen, you can view all the available teams and view some information about them to help you make a choice. Here, you can check out the basic information covering their principal, HQ, and vehicle information. Opposite this, you can see the current performance of this team compared to the rest of the field. This performance will change, depending on your success with development during the coming seasons. Recognition is a system that the team will use to determine how much R&D responsibility you were given. You will be compared against your teammate, and resource points will be split accordingly. Increase your recognition by improving your driver ratings, your current contract, and other bonuses that we'll cover later.